To this story now, the economy and the energy crisis are expected to be part of the agenda at the Cabinet Lekgotla. The Lekgotla is scheduled to start this morning, or rather it did, in Pretoria, and that's where we'll find eNCA's Pule Letshwiti-Jones, who's following the story. He joins us now live. Pule, have you had the opportunity to doorstop any of the ministers there, and did you get an opportunity to ask them which important issues will be discussed at the Lekgotla?
Yes, definitely, Masiko. This convened Lekgotla is as part of the plan of integrating and aligning some of those in government and the ideas which speak to the challenges currently facing the country. Like you've just mentioned, things that would need the effect of implementing fundamental ideas which will speak to the economy's reforming and, of course, the energy crisis that's currently plaguing the country, amongst others, which includes unemployment, crime, and of course, most importantly, inequality. Those are just some of the things that are on the agenda at the Lekgotla today. But they're also saying that they will be speaking about issues of performance, most importantly, and finance. We spoke to Minister in the Presidency earlier on, Mondli, who said that that was primarily their focus as to how they can speak to reviving the economy of the country by introducing better ideas and policies which will speak to some of those issues. But most importantly, this just comes in the wake of what we do know as Stats SA having to release those numbers tomorrow, second quarterly stats speaking to the performance of the economy in the country. But one may not also forget how the external factors which cripples the economy, such as corruption as well, which speaks to it underperforming as well. And this is one key focus that they say they will be looking into as government and some of the structures that are convening during this Lekgotla meeting today. Perhaps we can just listen to that quick soundbite that the update that we're given to by Mondli earlier on, speaking on what the Lekgotla will be about today.
We have arrested, the stats are there, I'm sure if you have a newspaper. Top executives from different companies are before court, and the president, I've said this and I'll repeat it, it doesn't matter, a million times we repeat it. President has put the zonal commission without editing it online and committing that next month, October, will be tabling a plan to actually implement those what to call those. Professor Sandys is also here. SIU findings are there. I am leading, ensuring that they are being implemented. We are accounting to scope. The issue, whether this country is fighting corruption, is no longer an issue. Maybe you can say we can do better. Then we can talk about that. I'm comfortable with the way we're dealing with it.
Well, did he say anything, Pule, about the fact that the country is facing an energy crisis? Previously, government couldn't say crisis when they spoke about energy, but clearly the president does agree that we're in trouble. Did he say anything about that?
Yeah, definitely. This is something they will be looking into. Mondli says that the president has made it quite clear that he does not only want ideas but proposals which speak to, the practicalizing of ensuring that the issue of the energy crisis can be addressed, because this internally affects the performance of the economy as many businesses are interrupted. But that key issue of corruption, there's one that may also speak to the performance of some of the ministers heading different portfolios here. We do understand that also there are those who are actually currently under a dark cloud, such as the sitting president himself with the issue of Phala, and of course the Minister of Finance, Godongwana, with the allegations of sexual harassment. There's been, calls and tough calls coming from opposition parties for the Minister of Police, Begitele, to step aside due to his underperformance. So those are some of the things which would, essentially also speak to the idea of a cabinet reshuffle looming as well. And today will be just a discussion and robust ideas being exchanged to see how going forward they can, ensure that they improve on the status of the country. One must not also forget the idea, Masiko, that we're getting a sense that tomorrow, with the numbers that will be released by Stats SA speaking to the performance of the economy, are not very good. And that this is one issue that will be at the table of the Lekgotla meeting to say say how do they try and speak to these issues going forward and ensuring that they implement them practically. So it will be a very long day for the ministers here and some of those within the government sectors, and they'll be having to come up with very, very key ideas as to how they speak to some of the problems currently affecting the country.
And another one, Pule, would be our immigration laws, right, and policies that probably need to be changed around that. Pule Letshwiti-Jones live for us in Pretoria. Let's